good friend from NFIB on the line. Greg, are you there, buddy?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, my friend. It's been a while since we have talked. I know you have been busy.
It has, with the legislature going 8 months, it has been a very busy year.
And let's make sure everyone remembers what NFIB stands for, National Federation of Independent Business. So Greg is our state director of North Carolina. He's up in Raleigh, and it's great to talk to you today, Greg. You want to? We'll kind of follow your lead. What's going on that you think would be of interest to people of North Carolina, businesses in North Carolina?
Well, while we're seeing some improvements in the economy and unemployment and various parts of the economy, small business owners are still concerned and some, struggling. NFIB conducts an optimism index every month and has for the last 40 or 50 years, and the feeling among small business owners over the last 3 or 4 months has kind of been stagnant, even though there has been improvements in the economy. And it's the October numbers showed that their feeling is lower than the average has been over the last 42 years. Now,
because we've been fooled before, and we're not quite sure this is actually a recovery.
Right, and there's several factors here that small business owners, employers are concerned about. One is the national debt. Two is the onslaught of regulations from the federal government. Three is the candidates, with the election cycle and everything coming in, the candidates are giving lip service to small business, but they're not talking any. Here's what we need to do to help our small business owners across the nation of both parties. I'm not. It's not.
Yeah, Greg. Here's the truth. I don't think they know. I don't think they're connected enough to know. And then at the other end of that coin, or opposite end of that coin, is what we really want them to do is stay out of the way. So we do put them in a very difficult spot when we say, how can you help? And then we also say, stay out of the way.
Well, that's true. The further the government can stay away from small business owners and meddling in the lives of employers, the better it is for them. And you're right, but there are things that are already in place, like all these regulations, and I have to say, Obamacare. I mean, they are small business owners are very concerned about the increase in premiums and how Obamacare is rolled out and costing it's falling on the backs of them, as we predicted it would 2 years ago.
Yeah, I noticed on your website you've got a lot of really good information about that, so people should probably go there if they want to learn more about healthcare. So to make sure I understand, and I was looking for the survey, but I didn't quite catch it on your website. But you said that it's as low, or it's not any higher than it was 42 years ago. Is that really what
the index is remaining below the 42-year average of 98.
42-year average. I've got you. Okay.
October was 96.1 was the rating, and the 42-year average at this time of year has been 98. So yes,
okay.
it's remaining below.
I've got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think Joe and I are too surprised by that.
No, I'm not surprised by that at all. Can you talk a little bit, Greg, about I'm reading and I don't understand. It's sort of over my area of understanding. I'm reading a lot about energy changes, energy regulation. Can you talk a little bit about what's happening and how any of that relates to small business? Because I really don't know and understand that.
Well, some of the questions in that survey did pertain to the climate control decisions and energy decisions that are being made on the state and federal level, and while we're seeing record low gasoline prices, and that's certainly a help to small employers, especially who have delivery services or whatever. it's something that small business owners still have in the back of their minds that this is a short window of lower prices, but it's going to. They're just concerned that it's going to pop back up to where it was when we had $4 a gallon gasoline, and with the energy companies merging, and there's just that the unknown of how the energy situations, the energy companies, and worldwide. I mean,
right.
It all comes to the world situation.
What we. And again, I can only speak locally. Obviously, you know better from a larger perspective than I do. But what we seem to be seeing, and I say we, I'm speaking for small business people, and I got to be careful sometimes when I do that because sometimes it's not one voice. It's kind of
right,
changed.
Right.
But in general, we have been and we still are scared and nervous. Although gas prices are lower, there are things that are absolutely very positive for us. And I did read Bank of America just came out with a survey, and the small business people clearly believe that next year is going to be a good year for them. They plan on doing some hiring. They plan on buying some new equipment. They plan on doing some growing, and they do believe their sales are going to increase, which is quite frankly the first time in 2 years they've really thought that in any strong level. So there is some positive movement and some positive story to be told here, but they are apprehensive. They are concerned, in fact, that this might not be real, or gas prices might go back up quickly. And the regulations, all it takes is one day for government to make a regulation, and boom, that slowed me down 2 years. So there is some major concern for a lot of that kind of stuff.
The decision, going back to energy, the decision on the Keystone Pipeline, how is that going to, in 5, 6, 8 months, how is that going to affect the energy issue? There's just a lot of issues. Yes, there's some positives. There's some encouraging news, but small business owners, employees are still just. Maybe they're gun shy. Maybe they are going to hire. Of course, our surveys are showing that they are not hiring. We're going into the holiday season, and they are not hiring at the levels that we anticipated they would, with the economy having improved as it has.
Yeah. So let's talk. We only got a minute, Greg, and I want to bring this up. I pulled this up on your website, and I was not aware of this, but this is the fourth year in a row that Small Business Saturday has actually occurred, and that, in fact, about 55% of the U.S. consumers are now aware of this Small Business Saturday that takes place the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And I find that to be really positive. Also, when I'm reading the article on your website, it states that about 80% of people on that Saturday are, in fact, trying to buy from local and small businesses. Do you want to speak a little bit to that? Because to me, that's a really positive thing that we have happening.
Absolutely. The Small Business Saturday has been successful, and it is growing each year. The local, the shoppers are, tired of fighting the crowds on Black Friday, so they're, staying at home and going to their local small business owners and finding the gifts that they can't find anywhere else, and supporting small business owners in their hometowns, where those employers are putting that money back into the community, and shoppers realize that, in the yearbooks and the civic organizations and so forth. So Small Business Saturday on November 29th, the governor just signed a proclamation making it Small Business Saturday for North Carolina, and we're very excited because it has grown, and I encourage all people on Thanksgiving weekend to consider shopping locally and shopping with your friends and small business owners in your hometown.
Wayne, we should have a special Saturday show that focuses just on Small Business Saturday, and talk about it, have people call in about the small shops that they visited and stuff like that. That would be a really good idea.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
That would be tremendous.
Hey, Greg, thanks for being with
Great
us today.
idea.
We always appreciate having you on, and thanks
sir.
for filling us in on what's going on.